Context of the movement. The Red and Black by Zentals was primarily rated in the literary movement of Romanticism. While it doesn't exhibit some characteristics of the realism, especially it details portrayal of society and character psychology. It is generally considered a romantic novel due to its focus on themes of passion, individualism, and emotional intensity. Zentals' work straddles and transitions period between romanticism and realism, but it is more commonly associated with the former.
Romanticism, literally an artistic movement that flourished from the late 18th century through the 19th century, placed a profound emphasis on emotion, imagination, and individualism, while rejecting the rationalism of the Enlightenment. Romantic literature embodies those ideals through various characteristics. It passionately prioritizes deep emotions such as love and wonder, celebrating nature as wellspring of inspiration and spiritual connection. It champions the uniqueness of individuals, valuing intuition over rational thought, and frequently waves imaginable and supernatural elements into their narratives. Romantics rebel against conformity and tradition, exploring the exotic, medieval, and folkloric, and at times expressing political idealism and social justice concerns. Symbolism and metaphor convey deeper meanings, while experimentation with literary forms breaks conversations. Characters delve into introspection and self-reflection, further enriching the movement. Reborn romantic authors including Wordsworth, Coleridge, Bryan, Shelley, Keats, Goethe, and Mary Shelley exemplified these characteristics while infusing their distinct styles into the broader romantic tapestry of literature.
The Red and the Black is a tale of ambition, love, and betrayal. The story revolves around Julian Sorel, a young man of humble origins with grand ambitions. He is hired as a tutor by M. de Renald, the mayor of Bierres, and soon begins an affair with Madame de Renal, the mayor's wife. However, the affair is discovered, leading to a scandal and Julien's departure to a seminary in Besançon. In the seminary, Julien impresses the director, Pirat, who recommends him to the benefactor, the Marquis de la Mole, in Paris. Julien enters the high society of Paris, where he becomes involved with the Marquis' daughter, Mathilde. Their affair results in a pregnancy, leading the Marquis to ennoble Julien so that Mathilde can marry him. However, Madame de Renal sends a letter to the Marquis revealing Julien's true intention of social climbing. In a fit of rage, Julien returns to Verrières and shoots Madame de Renal. She survives, but Julien is sentenced to death. Madame de Renal forgives Julien and dies of love 3 days after his execution.
Bonjour, my name is Julian Sorrel. I come from a small village of Verrières. I am a young man with grand ambitions, but my life took an unexpected change when I became the tutor of M. de Renal, the mayor of the Verrières. That was the beginning of a series of events that will change my fate forever.
Bonjour, I'm Mathilde de la Mole, daughter of Marquis de la Mole, and my life was forever altered when Julien Sorel entered it. Our passionate affair in the high society of Paris led to unexpected consequences and challenges. It is my pleasure to show this tale of a passionate love and betrayal.
The figure that can be seen in the drawing refers to the young Julien Sorel, who is the protagonist of this novel called Red and Black, written by Stendhal. In this drawing, we try to illustrate how red represents the ecclesiastical and clerical world. Also a symbol, Julien's passion and ambition as well as his love affairs, especially with Madame de Renal. And the black, on the other hand, represents the world of nobility and aristocracy.
In conclusion, the Red and the Black by Stellar predominantly falls with the Romantic literary movement, although it does incorporate elements of realism This novel aligned itself with Romanticism's core values of emphasizing emotions, individualism, and imagination, while also delving into society and character physiology with a degree of realism. The story focal point is Julius Soler, a young man with ambitious aspirations and his complex journey through love and betrayal. It unfolds as a tale of passionate intensity and societal upheaval, futurism, intricate character, and plot developments. In the role-play scenarios, Julie Soler and Matilda and Molly offer value insight into their characters, highlighting their pivotal roles in the narrative and sharing their untapped perspective and experiences. The symbolic settings depicted in the drawing future encapsulate the essence of the novel, with red representing during essential titles and ambitions and favors with black symbolization and the words of nobility and aristocracy. This visual metaphor effectively underscores the central themes of the history and the inherent dualities with Julie's character and his journey.